It's like a dream. The four of us out walking like we used.
Come on. Run like the wind. No mistakes. Hippocrates said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers. Should be easy enough to spot. Thanks, girl. Now that is heady. This must be the Drake's Mint. That just leaves the Skyworm. This must be our wyvern. Right. Let's get this over with. I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe. Better head back.
Wonderful creatures, chocobos are. They're fast, strong, loyal, and best of all, they won't balk if you point them into the belly of a flood. Thick skins these birds have. Thicker than most, at least. Now, leave them in a flood too long and they'll turn, sure as eggs is eggs.
got a big heart. It's a pity there's so many who are happy to take advantage of it.
My lord Marquis, is that you? It is you. Then you... I am Sebastian Rutherford, chief...
Of course. We met once before.
Yes, my lord. Thank you for coming.
And what was so sensitive that you couldn't put it in writing?
1,000 apologies, my lord. I did not mean to offend. I merely...
It's all right. Continue.
I am here at Martha's Rest, at the behest of your lord uncle, tasked with learning what I am able of the realm's current state of affairs. And what I have learned is grim. The fall of the Mother Crystals has left Storm in a state of utter disarray. The subsequent darkening of the heavens has only made things worse. Akashic attacks, once unthinkable, are now commonplace. The gears of governance have ground to a halt, and without a steady hand on the tiller, the realm threatens to drift into utter chaos. Your lord uncle, however, believes there is a way to avoid this fate, and is determined to see it set in motion.
That sounds like quite the undertaking.
It is. Hence my having enlisted the aid of several colleagues serving the 7 high houses. Alas, I have lost contact with 2 of those colleagues already. They are both able-bodied and trained in the sword, yet in these dark times, even that may not prove sufficient to keep a man safe on the road.
So you want me to find them? I'll need to know where they went.
One I sent to investigate the Republic.
That doesn't exactly narrow it down.
Thank you, my lord. I shall pray for...
Seems the hideaway's lost its appetite. So, did you have that word?
I did, and he was as helpful as ever. He told...
And what precisely will I be cooking up? Or is it...
Blueback wyvern liver.
Ah, wyvern livers, was it? Well, now then. You stay right where you... Let's hope these grand old chefs of yore knew what they were on about. And here we have it. Fried mortress of skyworm. Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well, I say offered. He as good as begged.
And rightly so. Is there any higher honor than...
So, not fit for consumption then?
What witchery is this? The crackle...
То тёлка, походу, каким говном не корми им нормально.
Violent richness! Yet, it is the piquant kiss of the saint's bonnet that tames this savage dish. It is a tour de force. A force of nature, even. A maelstrom of flavour and sensation. A graceful beast emerging from centuries of slumber.
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking. But I reckon you might be right. It was decent then, I take it.
Decent? It's remarkable. And I defy any man to say a word to the contrary.
Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women to procure a dozen blueback wyverns forthwith?
I'll give it some thought.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw it.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so Come again. I may have more for you.
Clive. Here you go.
It's not going to be easy finding one man in an entire republic. Let's hope someone here's seen something. It shouldn't be too hard to find goods.
The gentleman of the town guard.
Could be I know something more.
Clive, listen. I found someone who says he's heard the...
Have you?
Go on.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Karen's been selling... Says the more swords and spears she puts in people's hands, and the more war being waged. And who will they all Why, the good...
And you've seen this Reaper...
Aye, just so. You'll find her right
here in Delamil. Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the market. But if you're not the patient, that it'd be a bolder man than me that brave. Feeling bold, traveler? Now, if that's all, I have please.
Sorry to have kept...
You don't think Nan's the Reap?
Not unless she's discovered the secret of how to be in two...
Eh?
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway in weeks.
Good question.
And I'll visit this storehouse on the edge...
All right, but...
You too, Goots.
The finest cell swords in Storm. Fuck. How the hell did...
What a mess.
You fought very bravely. The safety of the town is in our hands.
Time to brave the Viper's Nest.
Just you, is it? Thought I might have laid it on a bit thick.
It was a fairly unconvincing tale. So...
That's up to die a slow death, boys. He's all you...
Leave now and we could pretend this didn't happen.
Oh, you've done it now.
Go on. Tell me what I've done.
When the Borgwyn finds out you've killed his men, he'll have your head. He only wanted that bull of a manservant, the dim one always clinging to Karen's skirts. You weren't even supposed to be here. Who the hell are you, anyway?
What were you going to do to him?
The Borgwyn wanted him to get to Karen. I was only supposed to point the lamp in the right direction once he arrived in Dalamil. But then you turned up. Well, go on then. If you're going to end me, end me.
You're not worth the effort. No. I need to find Goots.
Get your filthy paws off me, you not...
Stop cut and stop spread...
For they are not lies. Every last word is...
Goose.
He's gonna kill... He said she had to pay him...
After what she did, it is only right. That loathsome harpy's very existence is a crime. Goots, was it? I have no quarrel with you, only with your... Run along now.
No.
No?
I don't care what she did. Promise me you... Or I'll...
Goots! No.
Enough, oh!
Karen.
But how did you...
You're a sight less clever than you think you are. Well, the whole thing got me thinking. Who in Dalamil might bear me a grudge? And a certain snivelling, though it was just... I thought the years might have taught you some sense. But I see you're the same what was it we called you? Wet...
You. Everything that... It was all your... And now you'll find...
Gooch, you... If you want a piece of Nan, you'll have to go...
You great girl. Out of the way, I can handle it. So, you remember what you told me? An eye for an eye. Wise words, sir. And now, it's time to... Sorry to keep you waiting.
Is he...
Dead? No. It's an easy going through life, one I shot. After all, I should know.
You don't mean...
Oh, don't tell me you didn't know. Lost it to old Wet Legs back when we said I'd stolen from his strongbox. I done nothing, so took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. But he crossed a line, dragging Puck. He didn't hurt you, did it?
No, Nan. Still got all me hat, but...
What if he does? First we take the other eye, then we work our way down. But something tells me the Wet Legs is right. Let's get you back to the hideaway. You've attracted...
Remind me never to cross you.
We haven't seen the last of those bastards. But when they attack again, we'll be ready for them.
Good girl.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Someone's got himself in trouble.
I don't see your master here. So you can start by giving us all the coppers in your purse.
I already told you, I have nothing.
Then maybe we'll take that.
Please! These men are trying to rob me!
I'll deal with this.
Thank...
You that one's master. If you kindly pay the coin he owes us.
Or you can go back to your garret.
Oh, you're... He hasn't had many visits.
I'd expect as much from Hugo's faithful, but...
Much has changed in the Republican army.
You've seen this kind of thing, but...
Many times.
You're one of Rutherford's men. He sent me to look for you.
Well, then you have my thanks. I arrived in Dalimil several days ago, but when I called upon the his men confiscated my effects and...
The captain is no more. And
Fortunately, I was able to bribe my way free.
What of the Fist's Central Command? Surely they wouldn't allow such lawlessness amongst their ranks.
I would imagine they are unaware of it. Most of the army has fought. Those who weren't recalled now rule the fringes unchecked.
Then it's worse than we imagined. You should return to Rosaria.
I'll find a caravan heading. You won't mind if I borrow one?
Not at all. Now, to find this second associate of Rutherford's. If he was bound for Oriflamme, I'll start at Northwick. There's a lot of road between here and the capital. Rutherford's man could be anywhere. happened here?
If you're with... They've already relieved...
I'm not. I'm looking for...
Then you found him. I'm Alistair Rockford, attendant to the Lady Ariane of House Wellesley.
Of the 7 high houses of Rosaria. It's been... a long time. Is she well?
My Lord Marquis? Yes, I was on my way back from the old capital when I saw some villagers being robbed on the road.
Bandits?
They looked more like... It didn't matter in the end. I did what I could to help them.
Which way did they go?
South.
All right. Founder knows I've met enough of their kind. You head back to Northreach. Visit the Vale. Tell them I sent you.
Thank you. I shall.
They just couldn't resist, could they?
This one's ours, pretty boy.
Make for the town while you can. There may be more bandits nearby.
You don't need to tell me twice. Many thanks, traveler.
This looks to be all of them.
I thought I told you to make for the Vale.
And stand by as ill might befall the heir to the Duke.
It's just Clive, and I'm fine. Which is more than can be said for you.
I will survive.
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene in such a brazen attack.
The garrison have their hands full inside the city. Some days they don't. There are few hands left to work the fields, and even fewer to transport the market stalls are nearly bare, and the price for what remains is exorbitant. It's not uncommon to see a fight. When I said the ones who attacked me didn't have the look of bandits, I meant it.
Rockford, if you are to continue your investigation, you first need to seek...
I shall return to Northreach, but allow me to thank you first.
Don't thank me. Thank Rutherford.
I suppose he'll be wandering round. I shall send a Bastolus as soon as I'm able.
My uncle certainly has his work cut out for him. I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece. see you're still here.
The Rest's location affords a constant flow of Speaking of which, I received word from both my associates.
I only happened to be in the right place at the right time. They both seem to think the realm's prospect.
I am afraid that Storm is in crisis. And if we are to free her, we must work, and we must work.
As it is mine.
Nothing like a dish of cold vengeance stuff.
I didn't mean to. I just thought I had to.
Aye, well, someone had to. Your parents certainly didn't give up. Reckon the both of us would be worse off if you've always been me right eye, and I'd have you stay that way. So don't you?
Well, I will. If you ever need help, I'll...
Why, you big lump. Fine. Play the hero if it makes you happy.
Thanks, Nan.
There's nothing he wouldn't do for you.
That's as maybe. But if he's ever... he'll need to start looking out. Till then, he'll need people to watch his back.
Of course. His family.
Stop it. I don't go thinking that'll do you any favours. A potion to Dale. Let me tell you a story.
All right.
Them rumours might be they weren't just tales. You see, there were a time when I weren't too particular about who I sold. Some women lust after blood, others after flesh. And to satisfy that lust, I sold to opposing armies. Stabbed my every client in. But then one day, said he'd give me access to a realm-wide community of like-minded individuals in constant need of steel and sundries.
Was that the first time you met Sid?
Aye. And I fell right into his damn trap. He was true to his word, so I ended up being true to mine. And I soon started making, and all without aiding or abetting any outlaws. Told me about his plan to topple the mother crystals, you know. Said that with them gone, the realm would want for all manner of things. An opportunity. Why, I reckon an enterprising individual could... And that's when he had me. I emptied my stores that day and moved into the hideaway. And the rest, as they say, is a dozen years on. And I'm still not the richest, damn. Not for lack... But I can say, you've all shown me there are some things...
That there are.
So don't you go messing it all up. Aye, it's a dangerous world out there. Best that, great lump. No. Go on, then. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Did you see that?
help you today, Clive? Is everything we've received and everything promised? You earned this. Come again. I may have more for you.
Seems the hideaway has lost its
We can use the ruins to cross the ravine.
Assuming they will allow it. The Echoes have a will of their own.
Awaken, wind!
Tell us about Yote, Joshua.
She's strong-willed, loyal, and deadly with a blade. Much like Clive, but with better manners.
I do. Where are you off to now, then? Bound for the Free Cities, perhaps? Oh, no need to say if you'd rather not. We all have our reasons. Ain't exactly feeling like sharing with strangers myself at the mo. Truth be told, I could do with a bit of inspiration. Don't know which way to turn no more. Was doing a roaring trade back in Oriflamme. Right up until the poor Drake lost her noggin. So, thought I'd try me luck in the desert. And the Fang went the same way. And don't get me started on the mess in the bloomin' Dominion. Suppose I could try Camber next. But knowing my luck, the old place be crawling with the works before I'd even sat out me stall. But as I always say, where there's crisis, there's opportunity. The opportunity to mint Gil, that is. So, where to next? Is there any money to be made in Ash? Do orcs even carry Gil?
You're injured. What happened here? Where are your comrades?
Ether flood. Up ahead. It swallowed our camp while we slept. My own men did this. Turned every last one of them. There's a village not far from here. Tabor. The people were kind to us. It's only a matter of time before they won't stand a chance. We can't let those monsters reach the...
I'll go. Rest well, soldier. You said the encampment was close. Let's hope the Kashik are still there.
Another ether flood. They're everywhere now.
We can't go round it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
I got here in time.
Someone there! Please, I can't move my leg!
That doesn't sound like an Akashic. You're with the battalion?
I am. I heard the fighting. Are the others?
Taken care of. One of your brothers in arms told me what happened and asked for help.
Another survivor? Where is he? Tell me.
His wounds were too deep.
He was right to send you. Those things you slew are no longer my brothers. Tabor is safe thanks to you. Here, you've earned it. You seem familiar.
You must have me confused with...
Son of a whore. I was there, in Kosnis, when you killed my brothers. I was there in Rosalith, when you...
My war with Hugo Kupka is over.
What of my ill will?
Fine. If you insist.
For Tyson!
You're in no fit state to fight.
And this should be easy for you. Come on. Kill me!
For what? The sins of your master.
No. Lord Kupka told us of your crimes. You are an outlaw.
Man. Like you or anyone else.
I am nothing like you. Just know that I will find you.
To me, boy! Over here! It's over! Help me, boy!
We're nearly there.
Have you been to Tabor before?
There are a few places I haven't.
Welcome, travelers. We don't get many visitors here in Tabor.
Where now, Joshua?
There is a residence just inside the city gates. She awaits us within.
Welcome, welcome. Anything else? It's a deal. Ah, not bad. It's a deal. Ah, not bad. Got anything else for me? Take care.
What brings you to our humble village, young man? If it's our artisans you're here to see, then please. But do try not to interrupt their work.
Careful how you pack that leather. Any creases or scratches will bring down the price.
Decent quarry's been hard to find since the sky's turned.
It has indeed. Can't blame the beasts for being on edge.
Thank you for the deer leg, mister. Mummy needs a pottage from it.
Sounds delicious. Perhaps you'll invite me round to try it next time.
Have you noticed the Elder has been coughing less of late?
Yes. I hear Master Cyril drew up a new tonic for him.
Not a scratch on them.
You wouldn't happen to have a decent wet smell?
So it's these stones to Canva, and the rest of the boxes to Dalamil.
Why won't the sky go back to how it was?
Beneath the flood, yes. And not a stone's throw away.
My Lord Marquis, it is an honor. I am Yotei, Knight of the Undying, charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix.
Of course. It all makes sense now.
Would you care to elaborate?
The Undying are loyal servants to the ducal throne. Or more specifically, to its heir. They have served our family for generations, albeit from the shadows.
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and enactment of the rites of ancestral communion. After the events at Phoenix Gate, it was the Undying who delivered me to safety. And since the day I left Rosaria, Yotei has been my constant companion and protector. Without her sword, I would not have survived my journey across the realm.
Rise, Lady Yotei. You saved my brother. I owe you a debt I can never repay.
I but did my duty.
Come now. Tell us what you've discovered.
Your Grace. It is as you feared. The vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline Dominion on the night of her fall. It was the Einherjar. Beyond any doubt.
The Black Galleon.
Joshua, the Einherjar is the Royalists' flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign influence of Ultima, and bid Yotei and the Undying look into the matter.
We have reason to believe that the Black Galleon weighed anchor shortly after the fighting began, and set a course due south.
For Canva. Then it is Waloeda Knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them, yes. And the Black Galleon sails at but one man's behest. Barnabas Tharm.
Are we truly safe here in the Agora?
The city guard have been paid, if that's what you're implying.
All the more reason for them to run.
Well, you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
Markets abandoned, warehouses aflame, blackened hulls choking every port in the capital. Canva is ruined.
The realm teeters on the brink of chaos, and all you can think about is commerce.
Forgive us. We were not aware Dhalmekia now subsisted on charity.
How dare you?
Distinguished members of the Council, you must forgive His Majesty this intrusion.
What is the meaning of this?
A trifle crowded, but I fear it will have to serve, my liege.
Very well.
My colleagues, do you not see? The king! He has come to save us from the Akashic! He is a gift from the heavens, divine intervention, our very salvation.
And of course, if it is compensation he requires, we would be most willing to negotiate a fair price for services rendered.
Fools! Your ignorance unbecomes you.
Your Majesty, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would swear that the fiends washing the cobbles of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Waloed. Ha! So you do not deny it. Guards, fetter them, and see our guests to the dungeons!
Enough. Pathetic creatures. That you should imagine yourselves worthy of salvation. The girl is still here, somewhere in the city, her consciousness fair dripping with her late father's hubris. A consciousness to which Mythos is inextricably bound and inexorably drawn. See that he is made welcome.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Come, Mythos. Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you. So then, how long has Waloed been under Ultima's control?
How long indeed? Based on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end? What does Ultima want?
The tapestry. Show them.
О, сейчас пойдут пророчества, походу.
By the flames.
Phoenix Gate, Drake's Breath, and now here. But what is it?
It is old, ancient, even. Naught remains of the faith it represents, save what can be gleaned from the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apothecary meant, even the Undying. But I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose. That figure in the center, the one beneath whom the icons congregate, that I believe to be Ultima. He is a god, or at least godlike, his very existence beyond our ken. The icons, and by extension their dominants, are meant to be his subjects, and while some, like Barnabas, have accepted this role, others have rejected it, like you, Clive, which is rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs you most of all. And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
No, I don't suppose they do.
Clive, may I tell Yote of the lake?
By all means.
Yote, I will be accompanying my brother to the Free Cities. Whilst we are afield, I would have you watch over those Clive has made his wards. Omielos delan tuisag ilith. Though well concealed, the hideaway lacks trained fighters to defend its occupants should they be discovered.
But it is my duty to...
As it has ever been my brother's duty, remember.
If that is your wish, Your Grace. But please be safe. If aught were to befall you,
You have my word.
Farewell, my lord, my lady.
We are in your debt, Yote.
Let's find our friends.
It's plain she cares for you very deeply.
And I her, which is why I had to let her go.
Opportunity beckons. Who among you is bold enough? Is that blade for hire, perchance? Because I have a mind to make a killing.
Figuratively, I hope.
Well, yes and no. A passing caravan carried with it a rumor most fortuitous for one in my trade, that an elder dread Evis are aggressive beasts. Compelled as they are to acts of violence, few survive to maturity.
A hide you want to sell?
Eventually, yes. Though I would have it tanned first that it might be crafted into dread Evis skin is a rare thing indeed. But the worked hide of a well-aged beast. Now, bring me that beast's skin and I will share with you.
All right.
Of course you will. When one lives in such, leave Tabor through the east gate, but take the path that branches west. Once you reach the checkpoint at Tovan, I eagerly await your safe, and above all...
Careful how you pack that leather. Any creases or scratches.
You! Finally. No one was paying me the slightest heed.
Is something wrong?
At the university, the students would hang on my every word. Sadly, this far from...
The university? You're a scholar.
A specialist in ancient cultures. the most accomplished, and in my heyday, no obstacle could have kept me from my studies. The answers I seek lying. Would you do an old man a kindness and pray?
Climb the stairs.
And memorize a few inscriptions for me. Some courteous soul is rumored to have come. 3 of them, to be precise. I'm here in the hope that those carvings might, namely, the otherwise undocumented origins of Tabor's unique people.
I can't promise I'll remember everything perfectly.
Remember what you can. I'll piece together the rest.
Farmers must have settled here in Tabor.
Decent quarry's been hard to find since this place.
Thank you for the deal, Agnes.
What golden plains might the wanderers have called home, I wonder?
Got a scratch on it.
No history would be complete without mention of the mother crystals. I should speak to the old scholar before I forget everything I've read.
Scholarly sorts like him always are, aren't they? Beneath the flood, yes, and not a stone's throw away.
Careful how you pack that leather. Any creases
The engravings were in good repair considering their age.
Oh, would that I could have seen for myself. Come, don't tease me now. What did you learn? Let's start with the...
Guardians of the Crystal, the first stones of Tabor. Sacred hold thy noble... I'm pretty sure that...
Fascinating. It would seem the founders of this city were descendants of... But whatever could have driven the engraving...
Wanderers of the Golden Plains, lay your roots in stone, or...
No doubt you're right. There are vestiges of nomadic customs in Tabor. Its guardian roots could not... This is proving most enlightening.
Children of the Hunters, now tillers of... That's all 3.
And so, we add primitive 3 engravings, one for each of the 3 guardians of the Mother Crystal, wanderers from across the plains, and last but certainly little wonder it was so difficult to trace the roots of Tabor's culture. Those, nonetheless, one cannot help but wonder why this fact is not...
Too many stairs, perhaps.
Ha! Too many...
Looks like there's still plenty of fighting in yet. The sooner it's off my hands, the better. as your hide.
I worried you might never return. Quick! Oh, as supple as a maiden's cheek. Yet, as Adam, clearly my trust in you was not misplaced. You must be a hunter of considerable talent to have joined me as my honored partner. With my means...
I don't plan on making a habit of this.
Very well. Though I believe fate had a hand in our meeting, it do not allow me to keep you from being about your business.
Cyril. How fares the search?
Well, Your Grace, my report shall be with you ere long.
Ah, yes. Yotei is otherwise engaged, at my behest.
And the duty of wardenship?
Fulfilled. For as you see, I've been reunited with my first shield.
I am Cyril, Knight of the Undying and bearer of the Burning Quill, charged with chronicling the mortal deeds of His Grace, Joshua Rosfield, keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix and rightful Archduke of Rosaria.
I entrusted Cyril here with overseeing the investigation into Ultima's origins. Findings from his brothers and sisters afield are delivered here to be collated and catalogued.
Just how many Undying are there?
Not nearly enough, milady. Yet we are glad to give our all in service to the Phoenix. Such is, and has ever been, our creed.
I see.
You have your associates, I have mine. But you may now think of them as ours. That won't be a problem, will it?
The Phoenix is our sun, and we but the shadows that quicken in his radiance. It is from the darkness that we serve, both him and now you. Pray accept this token. For as long as you bear it, members of our order will reveal themselves unto you, if there is nothing further.
No. You are dismissed.
Your Grace.
It's a Canva, then.
We'll talk about this later. Cyril seemed very, You certainly keep strange bedfellows, Joshua.
The free cities and the sea.
Are you sure this is the right way, brother?
Shouldn't have messed with the leader of the pack, eh, boy?
Then let us be rid of them.
Clyde. Smoke.
Is the city fallen?
Ready, go?
free men are still holding their own, then.
Do we have any idea where Gav and the others might be?
There's a warehouse near the docks where we agreed to meet if there was any trouble. We should hurry.
You won't find a finer array this side of the strait. A fine choice. Many thanks.
If we're going to do this, we'll need...
Clive, it just so happens that right at this very moment...
And what talents would those be?
Why, your fearlessness.
I'm listening.
Well, as I'm sure you're aware, when these dark skies swept over the Republic, so Randalar has been particularly badly affected. Many of the capital's bearers, none remain free for long, of course. Most find themselves, but the army too is in disarray, and finds itself unable to provide for its new child.
And you've been looking to buy, to make sure these masterless bearers remain that way.
Precisely. It's the perfect opportunity to free dozens...
So where does my skill with a blade?
Though we may have the funds to buy these bearers, we've been searching for a place where they can be resettled. Somewhere far from the prying eyes of those who would see them enslaved once more. And we believe we have found one. Cashlock. The place was abandoned a long time ago, but when the men...
And so, we seek the aid of a fearless swordsman to...
How could I refuse?
Excellent. Theo, if you wouldn't mind making arrangements for the transport...
Of course.
Sounds like you'll have your...
I will. We have an entire village. Even if I begin right now, I'll be... So I'd better get started. Try to clear the place out before the wagon.
I'll do my best.
You will find a village in Chaidra's Thread, past Lateney's Cleft. My man there...
All right. Wish me luck.
I'm sure you won't need it.
Oh, you're a friend of the Crimson Caravans. And by the look of you...
This must have been a nice place once.
It will be again.
think that's the last of them.
I think you're right. Let's head back to Boklat. Something the matter, Theodore? Quiet.
Those are our terms. I trust that you will give them your full consideration.
I shall. Thank you.
Him again.
Someone you know?
Yes, but enough about him.
It's done.
You made quick work of it.
I should go and let Ella...
Don't let me keep you. But Clive, she'll only get upset. I'll explain everything once you've...
Right. Eloise, I just got back from Cashlock. The village should be safe now.
Thank you, Clive. Here, something for your trouble. Well then, now that you have laid the groundwork for our little project, I suppose we'd better finish the job. The first thing we'll need to do is make sure our offer for the bearers is accepted.
You're still in negotiation?
We are. A trusted colleague has been dealing with the Fist on our behalf, but I suppose it's to be expected. This is the army we're dealing with, but we shall emerge victorious in the end.
Well, if you need any help.
I'm not sure I do.
Ah, Clive.
You wanted to talk?
The man I was watching earlier, the one speaking, he represents the Silver Peak Consortium. It's one of the bigger trading houses.
I don't think I've heard of them.
Well, every trader in Dharmekia has. They operate across the length and breadth of the Republic, and they're still expanding. They've been trying to get Eloise to join their ranks for some time now, and judging by her reaction earlier, I'd say she had half...
And you'd rather she did?
I would rather she did and I would never deny her such an opportunity. Eloise saved me from slavery. But this was not the life my sister wanted, nor I won't let her give up on her dreams again. She freed me from my bonds, and she must be freed from hers.
You're a good man, Thea.
I have always been grateful for what and I want to repay the favor. But each time an opportunity to do just that arises,
she loves you.
And I love her. Which is why I want this time to be different, though I'm sure I'll still need some help from time to time.
Always.
Thank you, Clive. Well then, these bearers aren't going to... That's a job for the Crimson Caravan.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
You know what you have to do. Clive, as you know, our time grows short. Before we part, I want you to know that, though I may not always have been your...
Thank you. I appreciate that. His revenge.
It is the one and it is all that I have lived for.
But what of Lostwing?
I built Lostwing to achieve this aim. My comrades and I are sure of our cause, and we shall fight to the last. But there are those among us who cannot fight. Children. I would place Lostwing in their hands, but a village home only to the frail and the infirm is not likely to stay as... And so, Clive, I find myself turning to... Will you take them to your hideaway? That they might live, even...
I will.
Thank you. I will not have it said that the people I speak of have withdrawn to Gotan's Bales, away from danger in case the...
Understood.
Then the last of my preparations are... And may Griga guide us.
Come then, brother. We are awaited in Gotan's bales.
Everyone. Quinton, you can no longer guarantee your protection, but I can.
Well, if that's what the master... Sid, none of us will be standing here today. We owe him our lives. If he's saying we ain't safe in Lost Wing no more, and if that's what has to happen, then so be it. That we get to...
I hope so too.
Oi! You lot! Where's everyone else? They ain't all...
They've gone with Master Quinton.
Fuck!
What's wrong?
I've just come from the Justice's manor. We have to get Quinton to call off the attack. It ain't just the Black Shields protecting the place. He's got a guard dog and all. A fucking monster. They don't stand a chance against that thing. They're all gonna fucking die.
Sid! Don't worry, we can't let Quinton...
All right. Where is this manor?
It's way over to the east.
Promise us, Sid. Promise...
Look.
No. Don't tell me we're too late. Quinton, are you all right?
No. But I am alive. Which is more than I can say for my comrades. They followed me without question all the way here. And they died. For nothing.
This must be the guard dog. Quinton. I'll hold it off. You go.
But...
Your comrades didn't die for nothing. They died for you. Don't let their sacrifice be in vain.
I won't.
Come on, then.
That is no more guard dog.
No. Still have a piece that needs to be put down. arrived earlier. Is it over?
It is. He wept and begged for mercy. And I cut him from ear to ear, just as I dreamed of doing all these years. All my plans, building a haven in Lostwing, freeing bearers from their chains and recruiting them to my cause. It was all for this. But what is this? Justice? My faithful comrades. All those lives lost, so that I might take another.
Quentin.
Master Quentin! Oh, thank Grieger you're safe.
You're alive.
And so are you. I'm so sorry. I tried to warn you about that thing. And I hate to say it, but there's more bad news. It's Lostwing. It's been flooded.
What? Lostwing. My Lostwing.
And look who's here.
They must have stolen in after we left, just before the flood struck. What if there are still people in there?
Don't be a fool! Damn it. Richard's not going to last long in there.
Then we finish this quickly.
It's over!
Help me, boy.
need to get back to Quentin. Quentin! Quentin! Look at me! Thank the Founder. He hasn't turned. I'm going to get you out of here. Welcome back to the land of the living.
Is Lostwing?
The flood has filled the valley.
I see. Then all is at an end. A strange way to achieve one's life's ambition.
No, Master Quentin. Save your strength.
Why? All that I strove for is gone. Only emptiness remains. I have nothing left to live for.
What the heck are you on about? You've got us, ain't you? Don't try telling me you only freed us so you could get revenge. We're more than that to you, and we all know it.
I thought you weren't coming back. But I prayed, and you did. There's got to be a reason for that, right? Can't we just go back to how it was? You know, you looking after us all.
Your work ain't over yet, Master Quentin. We believed that you were the right man to lead us, and we still do.
Your village may be lost, but it seems your people aren't, so long as you remain to guide them.
But why? After what why would anyone follow me?
'Cause we're family, aren't we?
Family?
Yeah, and all our comrades who went with you, they felt the same. Lostwing weren't just a village. It was all of us.
It was. And as long as we're still here, it is too.
We can start again. Build a new Lostwing, right here in the Bales.
A fresh start. One life ends, and another begins. Why just a village? We could build towns. A nation, even. What's to stop us?
That's the Master Quentin we know.
Please. I am nobody's master. Quentin will suffice. After all, we are family. Permit me to withdraw my request. I will no longer be needing your help in looking up.
I'll pretend you never...
But you must be rewarded for your efforts on our behalf.
A bottle or two of your finest red will suffice.
Of course. And I have a feeling that this year's, if you don't mind waiting...
I look forward to it.
Clive.
Oh?
You remember how some of Sir Wade's guardians took up residence? Well, now the rest have come to join him. Seems they're barracks. Now, I don't mind having a few more brave boys around to keep them out, but we ain't got nowhere for 'em to bed down. Poor buggers. I'd build 'em a new barracks here, but where would I put 'em? Which leaves us in a bit of a pickle. The people work.
I see.
And it isn't just that lot. There's been more and more of them turning up lately, coming, but there's only so many we can shelter with we can't keep cramming more and more people into less and less space. What we need, and that's what I was hoping you might help me with. If it ain't too much...
It's no burden.
Thank you, Clive.
So, where were you thinking of making this new home?
Well, I reckon we could do a lot worse.
Eastpool. It's been a long time since...
It was a tragedy, and if any of us could have done anything to stop it, but what's done is done. And those who lived there wouldn't...
I suppose you're...
The blight might be pressing in, but I reckon there's just one problem. A band of cutthroats have made it their den. And they don't seem like the nasty bastards they are too. Would have sent someone to clear 'em out sooner, if my boys didn't already have their hands full. But now we've got a few more guardians of the flame to call on. I reckon it's time we made our move.
I do. Eastpool was once home to people I loved. I went out.
And I know the men will... I've already shared a few thoughts with Sir Wade about how we might be... And I dare say he's got some ideas of his own too.
Of course.
Back to Eastpool, then.
Not just yet. Let's hear Wade's plan first. So, Wade.
And you, Lord Rosfield.
I spoke with Martha. She tells me you have plans to free...
That's right. Though it was... I rather fear my men have been treading on her toes somewhat since joining us. And then there are the bearers. Men and women who found the courage to flee their We need somewhere to settle them. And I can think of worse places than Eastpool.
As can I. Which is why I agreed to help you win it back.
That's very kind of you. I'd be most grateful. With you beside us, we shall soon send that rabble of...
So?
That thankfully there aren't too many of them. And rather less, thankfully. The road that leads there will more than... A small force would suffice to clear the village. But if the Akashic were to follow them in, that force could end up...
I'll head into Eastpool and deal with the You and the Guardians can stay outside the village and fend off any Make sure I'm not taken unaware.
I can't ask you to bear all that risk.
The Akashic are the bigger risk. I can handle it.
Well, I shall summon my men.
Shall I wait for you?
No need, my lord. You...
All right.
We shall see you there. And...
I'll build a barricade so sturdy.
Who the hell are you? Kill them!
You will leave this place.
Or face the consequences. That's the end of that, then. Or maybe not. What's that thing doing here? Doesn't matter. It goes too. Let's try. More surprises? I'll take that as a no.
Bravo. A magnificent display, my lord.
You were watching. I thought you were keeping an eye out.
We were. Put down more than a few on the road.
Let's hope it was the last of its kind.
I would hope so.
Your men will be bringing the bearers who'll be... It might be best to send word for them to come right away.
Of course. I'll send... Leave it with me, my lord.
Home. No. With...
That's all of them. And not now to begin the important work of... It won't be easy. Especially not after 5 years of beast. The masonry might still be sturdy enough, but half the beams are rotted. Those that weren't lost in the fire. It'll take a bit of elbow grease. But we'll see east...
So wait. If you don't mind, I'd like Oscar...
Of course.
I'll let Martha know that everyone arrived safely.
And we will, my lord.
Eastpool lives again.
There you are. Sir Wade told me you got rid of the bandit. What's all this about? Some shape? On second thoughts, it'll only give me nightmares of me own.
I suppose it will be.
What else? Sir Wade said it better. There's plenty bad happened to that place. But that don't undo the...
Did Wade say that?
Well, something. Anyway, the poor souls might have made it to Eastpool. So the way I see it, if it's food or lumber or strong backs they need...
Thank you, Martha.
No, thank you.
I wanted to.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw
I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Come to claim your just desserts? All done?
Clive! Anything catch your eye? Always something, isn't there?
Sounds like thunder.
You're late. I was starting to think you'd stumbled off a cliff.
I seem to recall that was you, Gav.
Good to see you. Any trouble on the road?
Nothing we couldn't handle.
I knew you'd come. Is that who I think it is?
Yes.
Allow me to introduce my brother, Joshua.
Clive's told me all about you. Or even listening most of the time. Name's Midadol, but everyone calls me Mid.
My lady.
Hey?
My boy.
Uncle Byron.
It's really you. I never thought I'd see the day.
So these Akashic are being controlled?
That's what it looked like. Empty eyes, eerie blue glow. No doubt they were turned, but silent as monks, every last one of them.
Your man here speaks true, Clive. We saw more than a few in the city. They moved in ranks with a purpose, and not of their own.
Ultima's doing.
Perhaps.
What of the city? The people?
Dead, mostly.
Mostly, but not all. A handful managed to lock themselves in their villas before the Horde arrived. Some in the Merchants' District to the west, and a few others on the far bank.
If the Akashic stumble across either hiding place, a few bolted doors won't hold them for long. We need to find them. And quickly.
What do you propose?
We split into two parties. I will make for the Merchants' District, while you look to those across the river. Mind keeping an eye on my brother?
Not at all. We find the villa and try the servants' entrance.
Understood.
And what of us?
Mid, is she fit to sail?
The ship, the Mithril engine could probably do with a few more tweaks.
Then you better work fast. Even if we do reach the survivors in time, they'll never make it to the hideaway on foot.
You leave that to me.
See that Mid doesn't get herself into trouble, would you?
Think I can manage that?
I'll keep him safe.
Looks like you stuck with me, Byron.
That's Lord Rossfield, you little gutter snipe!
Shall we then?
And you keep Clive safe.
Be careful. Both of you.
You too.
All right, Torgal. Let's find those survivors. They don't stand a chance against those things. They've been routed. You're finished. They're wearing Waluda armor. What happened to the Royal Army? There's nothing but monsters here. Nagara, where the city's leaders gather. There may still be survivors inside.
You've caused quite the commotion. But then I would expect no less from you, Muthos.
You again. I don't believe we've been introduced. You were in my family's crypt. And now you're here. With an army of Akashic thralls.
Manners, Lord Rossfield? They are men, like you and me. Albeit one's unburdened by the wills that drive our kind to madness. They are pure. They are divine.
What?
And they are all that remains in this once raucous city.
You'll pay for what you've done.
As you wish. I confess I have been very much looking forward to this. Pardon me this indulgence, Your Majesty. The vessel shall not be spoiled. I am Savior of House Harvard, and you will yield. Or not. As long as you don't hold back. trick.
You will forgive me if my performance seems uninspired. It is just that I expected so much more from our chosen one. Perhaps this will kindle your flame?
What now?
A gift from my liege lord's armory. Gungnir. Watch closely, Mythos. Yes! Yes!
Garuda!
Actually, I wouldn't.
Nice try.
The vessel is strong. My liege.
Clive!
You're all right.
As are you, I see.
We are, yes.
I'm sorry, but we couldn't save them.
It was over before we arrived.
Well, you did what you could. I fear we were all too late. What's wrong?
Nothing. I hope.
Leaving so soon, Mythos?
It's the king.
Indeed. You may kneel before Barnabas Tharm, Warden of Ash and King of Waloed.
Get back.
Wild and impetuous. I expected more of the boy who bested my Lord Commander. Yet I see why my master covets you so. The power within you, Mythos. The potential.
Stop calling me Mythos.
But Mythos is everything. The cornerstone of all creation. The Lord's vessel. Your purpose.
My purpose? To surrender my mind and body to that thing. No, Your Majesty. My purpose is my own. I made a promise to my friends, to my people. And nothing is going to stand in my way.
You would allow this delusion of free will to bar your path to greatness? Truly, your volition is a cancer. One that must be excised.
Try it.
All the rest.
Joshua!
way! Hurry! Power beyond reckoning, and they use it as a crutch. Such a waste.
Will he be all right?
The phoenix can mend flesh, but the spirit must recover on its own. I'm afraid the rest is up to him. This place is remarkable. Outfitting it must have been no small feat. But why go to such trouble?
That beauty's belly's filled with wonders the world ain't ready for. If the guilds caught wind of what we were up to, they'd all want a piece. All right?
And how is he? Do not blame yourself. He was barely breathing when you brought him here. We would have lost him if it were not for you.
No. Barnabas may have severed nigh every sinew in my brother's body. But he made certain the wounds were not fatal.
Nigh every sinew?
Allow me, your lordship. Don't know what I was thinking, putting you to the trouble like that.
'Tis no trouble carrying comestibles to my ailing nephew.
I know, but you've already done so much for us. Pouring your gil into the hideaway and now the ship. I don't want to take the piss.
You risked your life. And for what? Some girl you hardly know. Why'd you do it? You not mad or something?
I wouldn't go that far.
Clive!
You're awake, my boy. Oh.
All I want to do is help. And the world won't save itself. It was Sid. Your father, who taught me that.
Sounds like him.
Don't you dare do that again.
What of the Royalists?
Fucked off, the lot of them, along with the galleon. With the king on board, no doubt. Behind here, I wouldn't sail without him. Clive. Jill didn't come back.
What do you mean?
She kept the king busy while the others dragged you out.
It's all right, Mid. Jill is fine.
The ether of her icon endures. And as long as it does, we can be certain she is alive.
We must pursue the Black Galleon. Jill will be with the king, I'm sure of it.
Well, good luck catching him, because my ship's going nowhere. It's the Mithril engine. She's got a kick like a wild chocobo and a mind to tear the hull in half.
But do you have an idea?
Well, of course I do. My dad'll have seen this coming a league off. If I had his old writings...
If you had his old writings, you'd be sitting under a fuckload of rubble. The ones Otto didn't save anyway. I suppose he might still have a few pages in his stores.
We'll have to hope it's enough. Do what you can to ready the ship. I'll speak with Otto.
In your condition, you really are mad.
Perhaps. But the world really won't save itself. Right. Gav said that Otto might know something.
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there. It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that. Is that all?
Trouble with your gear, or so will it be? Yeah, that should do you. You can thank me later. Not my best work, but it'll do. You can thank me later. That it? Fine.
If it's knowledge you seek, we've tomes aplenty to guide.
Let me help. I know my letters. Most knowledge hoarded is knowledge lost. I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
Yet still he clung unto
Which song should we listen to?